welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From commerce to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, all straight, so we keep it hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG fault, the alpha here is crazy. Yes, OG Vol, welcome to the show. We got the cryptid tales, skeleton in a suit. MoKnowz never fails. We talk elections, UFOs, and paranormal trails. Fast tech, NFTs, catch the latest crypto sales. From commerce to conspiracies, we dropping knowledge daily. Photo finish, all straight, and we keep it hype, you feel me? VeVe digital drops, market values never hazy. Stay tuned, the OG Vault, the alpha here is crazy.
In the dark of the night, when the moon's hanging low, there's a place where the wildest of tales start to grow. Meet Mo the skeleton, with his phony grin, and Vault his co-host. Let the stories begin. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast, we're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Vault are your guides, let's take a dive. In the crypto secrets we unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more. Whispers of ghosts in the halls of the old, haunted by the memories of stories untold. Political shadows creeping in the night. Mo and Vault, we're shining the light. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast, we're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Vault are your guides, let's take a dive. In the crypto secrets we unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more.
What's up, everybody? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. It is time for Tales from the Crypto with the big homie MoKnowz. What's up, Mo?
We are back. What up, Vault? What up, chat? How's everybody doing?
Let's go. Shout out to all the homies in the chat. I know we got a lot of VeVe people in the chat, and there's a lot of controversy going on in the VeVe community over the new app. We're definitely going to be talking about that, but crypto is the last topic we get to, so let us work our way to it. We got a few things to talk about before we get there. We're going to look over some paranormal stuff. We're going to talk about remote viewing. I want to see what Mo in the chat thinks about remote viewing, and I'll give y'all my opinion on it too. Do a quick little update on the NBA and the NFL, and then look at some quick conspiracy theories related to U.S. politics, and then we're going to get into crypto, and there's lots of fun stuff in crypto to talk about today. So shout out to Poka Pokey first in the chat today. He's actually liking the new app. That's kind of the minority opinion, it seems like. But then again, maybe that's just the people I follow on Twitter. But I see a lot of people upset about it. We got Jaybird in the house. What's up, Jaybird? The big homie Denny OC is here. Ahoy, ahoy, Mr. OC. Good to see you in the chat. He says best show on Tuesdays. Smash that thumbs up, y'all. Alejandro's here with the partner statue badge. What's up, Alejandro? Thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully this will be a good show. We got all the graphics set up for you. We're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about remote viewing a little bit. Shout out to Fun Under the Sun is here as well. Thanks for hanging out with us, Fun. Before we start showing you my information on remote viewing, let me get a precursory opinion from the man himself, Mr. MoKnowz. What do you think about remote viewing? Do you know what it is, and do you think it's real?
Yeah, I've dove into this a little bit in a rabbit hole. Talk about when they send things out to kind of like visualize. Is that what we're getting at here?
Yeah, kind of like psychic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it's cool in theory. I mean, you know how I am, bro. I'm very big into like the energy, you know, stuff like that. Where I swear that I have like some crazy fucking superpowers sometimes. I said that day when my dad passed,
Right.
states away, man, I felt that fucking charge through my body. It was crazy, man.
I've heard
You
a lot
know?
of stories like that. I mean, after seeing a ghost for myself, I believe that type of energy is got to be real in some way.
Yeah, so I mean, if you can use it that way, why not be able to use it in other, you know, forms as well? So, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's a good way to maybe, you know, explore things that we might not have been able to explore before, maybe even sometimes back in time, you know?
Yeah, very true. And I'm going to show you guys some instances of kind of like proven. I'm going to try to prove to you that remote viewing is real. Shout out to News Now Marijuana is here, not digging the new app. That is the majority opinion there. And wants to know what jersey I'm wearing. I'm wearing the jersey of the football player that I named my son after, Braylon Edwards. I wasn't like a huge Braylon Edwards fan, but we were just going through Madden, going through the Madden roster and looking at names, and I was suggesting names to his mom, and that's the one that we both liked, Braylon. I wanted to name him Braylon Edward, kind of like after Braylon Edwards, but she was like, that's too much. What's up? About to start talking about some remote viewing. And there's Jay Bird. He says he is a trained remote viewer. I mean, I honestly, I don't know if he's playing around or if he's legit, because after I started doing some research on it, there actually are a lot of trained remote viewers, and the U.S. government uses remote viewing. That's going to be the first thing that I want to talk about, because there was this this document that was released by the CIA, and if you read into it, and it's not a whole lot of words, so we'll just read over it real quick. They're just talking about why they like the idea of remote viewing to use in the military. They say it's inexpensive, there's no known defense, and if you go down here to the middle of the page, it says remote viewing has been successfully used against 7 categories of tasking. 5 are described in the project book and are color-coded for easy reference. They are penetration of inaccessible targets, science and technology information, queuing of other intelligence collection systems, and imminent hostilities. So it seems like the CIA themselves have already used remote viewing for quite a while. This was released in 2003, or it was at least written or created in 2003. So, I mean, if they've already had 7 different categories of tasking that they've been successful in, who knows how many they've actually tried and not been successful in? Who knows how long they've actually been doing this? Probably a long time. If you guys know about the very famous, I guess you have to be old to know about this, but there's a very famous kidnapping of Patty Hearst, and Patty Hearst was the lady who was the heiress to the big newspaper fortune. And when she got kidnapped, I think in the 1970s, it says right there, 1970s, it was a huge story. It was 1974 when she was kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army, and when they couldn't find her, they turned to Pat Price, a psychic retired police commissioner, and Price started looking through the pages of people that have been arrested. You know how they go through, it's not necessarily the suspects, but she just goes through a mug book. Yeah, there it is. That's what they call a police mug book filled with hundreds of photos. Suddenly, he pointed to one of them and announced, that's the ringleader. The man was Donald DeFreeze, who was indeed subsequently so identified. Price also described the type and location of the kidnapped car, enabling the police to find it within minutes. So that's a very famous example of when remote viewing was used to find or to solve a crime. And I got a few more I want to show you, and instead of me putting a video together, I just clipped together 3 different YouTube shorts. They're all about 30 seconds long. I didn't want to go deep into it and give y'all like hundreds of them, but there are hundreds of examples. These 3 are pretty hard, ones that are pretty hard to debunk. Now that's for the first 2. Now the third one's a little wild, and we'll talk about the third one. I mean, it's legit. I'll just tell you right now, when you get to the third one, it is legit. So here we go.
In December 1980, nurse Melanie Uribe vanished on her way to work in Burbank, California. Etta Smith, an aerospace worker, heard about the case on the news and suddenly had a vivid vision. Compelled by her vision, she drove to Lopez Canyon, a place she'd never been. Incredibly, she found Melanie's body exactly where she had envisioned, deep in the ravine. Police were initially skeptical, even arresting Etta, suspecting her involvement. But soon, they discovered her vision was genuine. Her information led to the capture and conviction of Melanie's killers.
On May 15, 1976, 14-year-old Susan Jacobson left her home to go to a job interview at an ice cream parlor, but she never came back. Susan's parents contacted the police, but the police said she probably just ran away with her boyfriend Dempsey Hawkins, and they refused to search for her. 2 weeks later, Susan's parents contacted a psychic, Dorothy Allison, to help with the case. Dorothy asked what the word Mar meant, claiming she saw it in red spray paint. She also envisioned an abandoned car, dual church steeples, the smell of oil, and claimed that Susan had been strangled to death by her boyfriend. Then 2 years later, 3 boys stumbled across Susan's body as they were hunting. At the site was the word Mar spray painted in red on a rock, dual church steeples, an abandoned car, and 2 oil drums which contained Susan's body. Plus, evidence at the scene showed that Susan had been strangled by her boyfriend Dempsey Hawkins, who was then sentenced to 22 years to life in prison.
Did you know about Lady Wonder, the psychic horse from Virginia? In the mid-20th century, she became famous for her astonishing ability to spell words using a special device her owner created. People flocked to her stable, asking everything from sports predictions to the gender of unborn babies. Even skeptics from Duke University were baffled when she correctly spelled complex words like Mesopotamia. The most chilling moment came in 1952 when police, stumped by a missing boys case, turned to her for help. Lady Wonder spelled out Pittsfield Water Wheel, leading them to a nearby location where they tragically found the boy's body. Was she truly psychic or just incredibly well trained? The mystery remains.
Yes, and that is a legit, for real, psychic horse. And I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was like parody, or they were just joking around. But actually, Lady Wonder, it was very famous in the 1950s. Oh, this is kind of small for me to read. When prompted about Madison's location, Lady spelled Pittsfield Water Wheel. The police investigator concluded that there was no water wheel in Pittsfield. The police chief then interpreted Lady's message and wondered if she might mean the filled and wide water pit, which is pretty close, a quarry close to Madison's house, and sure enough, that's where the body was found. So that was only one of the examples. I actually have the Wikipedia article linked below, and Lady Wonder had solved several disappearances. And one thing I always, when I think about the psychic thing that I never really believed in myself, I always remember in my physics class, I took advanced physics in college, 2 years of it, and we had this really smart teacher, Dr. French, and somebody asked her about God or something one day in class, which was kind of weird because this was a physics class. We never really talked about that. And I remember that her response was, if people didn't have the ability to be psychic, then the police wouldn't be hiring them to solve cases, and the FBI wouldn't be using them to solve cases. So even she believed that psychic abilities were a real thing. So I don't know. What do you think about the psychic horse, Mo?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild. It's actually kind of funny. I was just watching, XQC?
Yes.
Yeah, so he did a stream with Drake the other night, a gambling stream. But one of Drake's buddies that he grew up with is like a mentalist, right?
Right.
So he came on and just freaking blew X's mind and chat's mind. Like, he was doing some crazy shit. And again, but like mentalism is kind of similar. Like, if you're a good, reader of people and understand how humans work and stuff like that, there are things you could do to kind of like simplify the process where it's almost like a magic trick.
Right.
But I think a lot of times when they do hire these people, especially like with the law, it's more because they know that like these people are just good to get into the mind of not only people but maybe a criminal as well.
True.
Yeah. And a buddy of mine who's I used to play on a cop hockey team. He said that shit to me all the time. He's like, bro, too bad you love smoking weed so much and you hate guns, because I would have been a sick detective. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you even sound like a detective to me, it seems like.
Yeah, like put puzzles together and be able to like really dive into this shit,
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I'm not gonna be a mentalist, I'm not gonna be like that, but just kind of being able to help out with stuff like that. And he always told me that, but I just think it takes like a special kind of mind, to really kind of get into it. I don't know if it's 100%, like a superpower where the horse is closing his eyes and seeing the future, but that'd be cool if it was.
Yeah, man, I'm still skeptical on the horse, but it really was more than one mystery that the horse solved, and those were just the crimes that they helped to solve. People were, like they said, were also coming up and asking about the births of their children, and apparently it was really good at predicting that type of stuff as well. So I don't understand it. I don't know how, but there's data to back it up. Diddy O.C. was going to name his daughter after Peyton Manning, but it got beat to it. That would have changed my mind. I would have still done it. News Out says, what team is that for? And that's crazy because he played for Michigan, and it's OSU Michigan week this week. Gonna be a good game. Good luck, Michigan. This one is actually the Cleveland Browns jersey. He played for the Jets.
Yep, played for the Jets. I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah, he played for the Jets, and then I think he went 1 or 2 years with the Browns, and then he disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. He was really good in college. TLC says remote viewing is how they found the pyramid in Alaska. That's one of the stories I read about too. They actually handed this lady, maybe it wasn't that particular pyramid, but one of the remote viewers, they handed this lady an envelope with a location inside the envelope. Of course, the envelope was sealed, and she was able to pinpoint exactly where it was, and there was a pyramid there. DLC is getting freaked out by the remote viewing. Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's kind of scary. I don't know. Jay Bird says, I wish I could talk about my secret work with the government. See, Jay Bird's a remote viewer and knows all about this stuff. No wonder he's able to know which drops to go for on VeVe and which ones not to go for. He can see the prices before they happen. What's up, Jay? Good to see you in the chat, my man.
Surreal.
We got triple OG Brendan Z here. Let's go. Brendan Z says, make a Pump.Fun coin. We're definitely going to be talking about Pump.Fun. I've made some Pump.Fun coins on live streams before. Bro, brother, made it all the way to, I don't even remember what it's called anymore. Made it all the way to Radium anyway. But yeah, so that's remote viewing, y'all. I thought it would be an interesting topic to go over. There's been a lot of talk about it on Twitter. Apparently some new information is coming out from the CIA once again, where they are verifying that remote viewing is a real thing and that it actually works. They pay people to do it. There are professional remote viewers, and apparently we even have one in the chat right there. So that's all the verification you need. Is
pretty wild.
It is. It's wild stuff.
Pretty wild. And you know, touching real quick on what we talked about last week too. So, buddy of mine sends me a text. It was Wednesday, and he's like, "Yo,
December
you watch this
1980.
new Netflix alien investigation." I was like, "No." I started watching it, and it's got the video that we showed, right, of the drone, the mech, like flying over the black zone or whatever, the military base.
Yep.
So, here's another video on that, by the way. Now, they sent this crew out here to, like, you know, investigate the water and stuff like that, and they stayed out overnight. Did you watch that the series or no?
No, it's something I would watch though. You have to give me the exact name of the title so I can check that out. You said it was on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's called Alien Investigation, and like I said, it's interesting. But there's a part in the series where they talk about the water and how we talked about it too. But dude, there's a video, right? And there's no way that it happened, but they were like, oh, we're out here, we're dragging this thing across the bottom of the ocean, and all of a sudden this crazy white light just goes up into the sky like it disturbed something.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, whatever, you know. So they track it and they go to bed, and the night crew catches like the craziest shit of this orb going back into the water. Bro, now I've gone frame by frame, and there is a little bit of a frame issue that makes it look like it could be. And that's why I want you to see it. I hope you watch it maybe within the next couple weeks. But dude, it's a really good series. I forgot what the hell's the guy's name. I always forget his name. But you would really enjoy it. I don't know, maybe somebody in chat saw it, but just it was following up on what we talked about last week, because what I was witnessing, I'm like, man, if that is a legit video, then the shit's definitely real. Like, they definitely live in the water.
And that's one of the things they were talking about during that congressional hearing is, in particular, UFOs in the water. And that Nancy Mace lady, I think is her name, she's a senator, or maybe she's just in the House of Representatives, but she was saying herself that she believes that there are UFOs going in and out of the ocean. And they were kind of agreeing with her too. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Maybe we can do another episode next week of UFO clips again, because I've already seen like several more on Twitter recently that are pretty convincing. Of course, it's a little less convincing, the newer clips now, because there's so much editing and AI out there that's available these days.
But it's not even the videos themselves that interest me, right? So we start thinking about the water and why would they live in the water? Because it's rich in nutrients, right?
All right.
So if these things are coming down and taking cows and they're sucking them off the ground and they're removing organs from cows without any blood loss, right? It's just no trace of blood. Then the only thing that would make sense, if you look at like the lush green ground that shows up in these crop circles, right?
Yes.
It would make sense if these things were using like minerals and stuff from the water for propulsion, and they hover above the ground, and all those minerals are flying into the ground, creating this super rich nutrient area around it. I'm telling you, man, like the science of it all actually starts to make sense when you start diving into that. But man, like The video evidence I'm always skeptical on, but it's like the traces that are left behind
Right.
that makes me wonder sometimes.
And the crop circles
yeah.
in particular is really interesting. I saw a documentary about it not too long ago where they're showing how they used a lot of disinformation and misinformation on purpose to make everybody disbelieve the crop circles whole narrative. But if you really look into it, some of the stuff is really hard to disprove because there's some good video of it. There's like some good, I mean, they kept really good records. They took a lot of researchers out there. So, I mean, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but why would a crop circle create super lush land? You know what I'm saying? Like it looks like prehistoric almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like it's just so like overrun and beautiful, but it's a small area, obviously. I don't know, man. To me, like that's the part that kind of freaks me out. Where I'm like, huh. Well, there had to be some sort of chemical change in the earth to make that happen, and if it's not,
And it might be
from
radiation
here,
or something, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like maybe that's the key right there, you know? But anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I was curious. It was George Knapp, by the way, is the guy.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah,
Short,
so
chubby guy.
he's been on Rogan.
Yeah.
But there's some other guys on the series, man. It's a really, really good series. They do some expeditions, and yeah, definitely check it out.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Jay says, love the show. Free speech is accepted here. Oh, definitely it is. Not like the informant stream. I'm banned over there now. Yeah, he's part of the whole VeVe crew now, so you can't say anything bad in his chat or they'll get you. Shout out to Shanksters here. OG Shankster, thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, we got a lot of FUD in the chat. Let's go. That's what we like to see. Informant and MC are dating, I hear. Oh, I didn't know that they were going out. Informant has become a VeVe. Well, we got Gritty One in the chat. Let's go. Happy Thanksgiving, Gritty One. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We got 2 days till Thanksgiving. My work had a Thanksgiving dinner today. It was pretty good, even though it was just Cracker Bro. I like Cracker Bro. We got more BE FUD in the chat. Informant had his panties in a bunch today when My Collectibles was on his stream. I heard he was on his stream today. Heard My Collectibles was sounding very drab and dreary. That's just the word. I didn't see it for myself. All right.
I miss all the good stuff when I'm sleeping, huh?
I guess so.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going down like that over there. BE's Country Club dues are way past due. We don't do Thanksgiving in the UK? No. It's kind of an America thing, yeah. Y'all don't have your own Thanksgiving? I know y'all have a whole different Mother's Day, and a lot of people in the VeVe community are from the UK. And I remember, like, early on getting into the VeVe community and following everybody on Twitter. One day, all the VeVe people were like, oh, happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. And I was like, oh, crap, I didn't even know. I didn't get a present. I didn't talk to my mom or nothing. And it ends up, it was a whole different day. It was the UK Mother's Day. I almost went and bought myself a present because of you fools. It's a whole different day. Jay Bird says he's punching walls daily, scaring his wife. Was he not getting no snipes? So sad that his sniping activities has been temporarily hampered. Yeah, with this new app, you can't really snipe anymore. That's what's kind of crazy. Can't put together a competent stream anymore. Hydrogen can be a source of power, so that kind of ties it all together.
That's the thing, right? So if we're pushing toward the future of hydrogen power, now I know there's a lot of risks involved in it, but what if another life form not from here was able to already have that done? You know what I mean? Like,
they're going to be thousands and tens of thousands of years ahead of us in technology, so yeah.
Exactly. So they would already have the harness. They'd already be able to harness the power of hydrogen, right? So
yeah,
I don't know, man. And if you think about it, right, when you look at like how these things move direction so quickly, what kind of propulsion system would even allow that? Hydrogen. You know what I mean? So or some sort of gyroscopic hydrogen power. But moving that quickly and the way that these things move and the way people all say they move, I don't know, man. That's definitely something I want to get into here. Yeah, down the road. We'll maybe get back into it.
Yeah, I need to check out that series myself and see if I can come up with maybe some topics to talk about here.
Let's just stream it on fucking Kick on my channel. We'll just watch the damn shit together. We'll just have chat over there. You know what I mean? Don't get you banned, but we can just react it and then clip farm it from there.
Sounds like a good idea. All right, for sports today, we don't have a lot going on in sports, but we did want to update you on the NFL and the NBA, which is kind of our two favorite sports. Mo's going to let you know what's going on in the NFL. You can see here the Detroit Lions, which blows my mind because when I was watching football, the Lions were the worst players ever, or the worst team ever. So, Mo, what's going on in the NFL? How close are we to the playoffs?
Well, now it's 17 games, 18-week season, right? So we've still got 7 weeks left, 8 weeks. But yeah, I mean, listen, I love the NFL mainly because of parity. I hate the NFL because I'm a Jets fan, but I'm a renounced Jets fan. I am now a full-time Buffalo Bills fan. But I do love the Detroit Lions. They are one of my favorite teams. Dan Campbell's one of my favorite coaches of all time. Also right up there with Andy Reid. The Bills, love the Bills, obviously. The Eagles were a team that they had some coaching changes early on. They looked real bad, but they got it together. Minnesota with the Sam Darnold, man. The Steelers, you got, looking good. They got Russ and Justin Fields. I think Fields is actually a better option moving forward. And you got the Packers with Jordan Love. And my buddy is the biggest Justin Herbert fan. I mean, I think bringing Harbaugh in, one of my favorite coaches who left, he came back. Then you got the Ravens. You got the Tech. Bro, listen, if you're looking at the top teams in the NFL right now, this could be one of the greatest NFL playoffs that we've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a very wide open playoff, in my opinion. But you do have the Lions, you got the Chiefs, you got the Bills, very strong teams. But listen, Jaden Daniels on Washington, that kid is killing it. He's too small, in my opinion. I feel like he's going to get killed on one of these games. But then the Broncos got that rookie quarterback, Bo Nix. The Texans got Stroud. Look at all the young quarterbacks. Jordan Love. And I guess you could say Hurts is young. So listen, it's a very young league, man. Like, it's just, I don't know. I love the NFL. I know you're more into the NBA. I'm a Knicks fan, kind of. More of a Magic fan, I guess. But, I mean, what's up in the NBA?
Yeah, I used to be big on the NFL. Then I kind of fell off of it once I got rid of cable and switched to like Netflix, YouTube, Hulu only. Then I kind of got out of the whole sports thing and then trying to start getting back into football this year. But the games are just too long. I've been watching a little bit of the highlights. I'm a big Chiefs fan. I've been a Chiefs fan since way back in the day. I'm not a bandwagon rider or anything like that. I've been a Chiefs fan forever. And I don't even like Patrick Mahomes, but I do like their receiver, Rice. He's pretty dope. And I like Lamar Jackson a lot because he went to Louisville. So hoping the Ravens show up and do something good this year. Shout out
Lamar Jackson is, sorry, real quick. Lamar Jackson is, I hate saying this, but traditionally, black quarterbacks have never been the guys to really make the most accurate throws and make the best decisions in the pocket. But it's kind of crazy that Lamar Jackson, his statistics, and my boy didn't believe it until I showed him, and now he sees it. His statistics, like 10 to 15 yards or better, and outside the hash marks, which are the hardest throws to make, are crazy high right now. I think some of the best in the league. So he's definitely made some really good strides as a quarterback, and I love to see it because, like I said, he's a fucking freak of nature on the ground. But if he could throw the ball too, that the Ravens could be dangerous. I just worry that they meet up the wrong team and it's like a buzzsaw,
True. I'm surprised.
I always said it with the Jets. Like with the Jets, right? When they had Chad Pennington.
Yeah.
We'd have like good seasons to make the playoffs. Never great seasons, but it was always like taking your sister to the prom. You're gonna go, you're gonna have a good time, but you're never gonna seal the deal, right? Like it's not. So we was kind of knew that as a Jet fan going in, and it kind of feels similar, with the Ravens. But Lamar Jackson's a way better quarterback, so that's just my take on that.
I do like him. What's your take on this? Fun Under the Sun says Barry Sanders, best running back ever. He's definitely my favorite one to watch. His highlights are ridiculous. Best
He's up
running
there.
back ever, though. I mean, Emmitt Smith comes to mind, but then again, he wasn't very flashy. O.J. Simpson comes to mind. Eric Dickerson. But who is the best running back ever in the history of football? I almost want to go with Barry Sanders. What do you think?
I mean, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Bo Jackson.
Bo knows.
I mean, Bo was probably Marcus Allen. I mean, shit. They had them both at the same time, the Raiders. But then you got to, even like modern guys, right? Like Derrick Henry, McCaffrey. I mean, these guys could be some of the best to ever do it.
I feel like
McCaffrey probably injury issues, But then, like, this young guy, Bijan, on the Falcons.
No, I don't know.
Some of the moves this guy makes, I've never seen running backs do that since Barry Sanders,
Nice.
Guy's got sweet feet. So.
Bird says Saquon Barkley is a god. I think that's whose NFT I have from, I don't even know what platform it's from, but I have it on my OpenSea account, and I bought it from some platform, and it was when he was in college. And apparently...
Saquon's nasty.
Yeah,
the problem is he played on the Giants, who were just abysmal. Yeah, I mean, so Jim Brown, too, Eric Dickerson.
Jim Brown, that's probably a big one.
Adrian Peterson, even though some of these guys, tanked their career at the end, but Curtis Martin, he was a Jet. Patriot.
I kind of remember that name. Daniel C says, at least with the Jets, you know pretty much what to expect. Bills, any given Sunday. All I remember about the Bills, at least when I was watching football a whole lot, is that they would make it to the Super Bowl every year and they would lose every year.
To the Cowboys.
To the Cowboys.
And the Giants, I think. With the Giants one season.
Yeah, they made it every time, but they lost. So they were a good team. They just couldn't complete it. McCaffrey is done, is what Jay Bird says. McCaffrey was supposed to be one of the best in the league. We also have to look at Barry Sanders' offensive line. It was horrible. The thing about Barry Sanders, though, he don't have any rings. You got to have a ring, though. Mike Allstott, he was probably the best fullback. Dickerson fumbled too much. You might be right about that one. Bills lost to the NFC East, yeah. All right, so let's get into the NBA. I've got the standings for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. Cavaliers have the best record in the league right now. The Celtics are the defending champs. Cavaliers have only lost one game. They lost it to the Celtics. Magic, most teams, is in third, and I'm surprised that they're in third because they don't really have a great roster. They got that Banchero dude.
They got Banchero. What his name is? Paolo?
Yeah. Paolo.
He's got a smooth stroke, man.
Yeah, and he can take it to the rim. And then Pacers, my team, 7-10. Even though they got some new additions to their lineup that seems to have made them better, their record's not looking better. And then in the West, the Warriors, who I don't even think they made the playoffs. I think they got beat in a play-in game, which is a new thing that they do in the playoffs. So the Warriors kind of didn't even make the playoffs last year with Steph Curry. They now have the best league in the Western Conference, tied with the Thunder. It's early, though. It's early, and the Lakers are not looking too bad at 10-6. Oh, LeBron James Jr. got sent down to the G League. The Lakers.
Doesn't he play home games with the team, and then when they go on the road, he doesn't travel or some shit?
I think he sits on the bench during home games, but I don't think he's been in a game or put into a game since he got sent down to the G League. But I could be wrong.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure either, but I just heard he was like staying home with the team, and then when they travel, he was playing G League to get development time.
What do you think about LeBron, man? He's like 40 years old and he's still scoring like 30 points a game. Is that wild or what?
I mean, it's modern science, man.
You think Jordan should have played until he was 40?
No, because Jordan didn't have the advancements that people like LeBron have. Even Kobe, I mean, I think they were kind of starting to get that type of regime going. You know what I mean? To keep your body in shape, but yeah. I don't think it was anything like what LeBron.
No, LeBron is just biohacking over there. Poke
yeah, plus he was a big boy to begin with.
Yes,
which
he was gifted from the beginning with genetics. Poke says, "What's your favorite NBA referees?" The only NBA referee I know is Tim Donaghy or something, the dude that got arrested for fixing games.
Yeah, like who the hell knows the name of the referee? It's like, I got tickets to the game tonight. I'm going to see my favorite referee in action.
I know there's a female referee now, but I heard she makes bad calls. But whoever's the ref,
shocker!
Whoever's making bad calls against the Pacers is my least favorite referee. I know
women making bad decisions. Who would have thought?
I've seen some bad calls too. Alejandro's in the house. Says my Magic are a sleeper team this year. I forgot about Franz Wagner and his brother is also on the Magic, I believe, playing like an all-star. Wait till we get Banchero back. Yeah, Wagner is a sleeper. He's really good. Jay Bird says on LeBron's had 0 soft college years. Oh, that's true. Yeah, he went straight to the NBA and went super early, but he's also been able to avoid injury. He's hardly ever injured, so he gets so much playing time that he gets to rack up those statistics that are going to be really hard to beat in the future. But then again, there are more and more young people coming into the league. Next big sports dynasty is the Dodgers. You're not lying. They paid for Shohei Ohtani.
That's my boy, Ohtani.
Yeah, I love Show. The dude's wild.
Got me watching baseball again. Yeah, I mean, I love, my girl's a big Yankees fan. I like Judge, you know what I mean? I like watching him play, but nothing. When I saw Shohei for the first time, it was actually from the Candy website. They put up, the NFT or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And they were like, yeah, he pitches complete game, shutout, strikes out 30, and fucking hits 2 home runs in a game. And I'm like, wait, what? And I started, watching this guy. And I don't know, man. Honestly, he's the greatest thing I ever watched in baseball. I'm just going to throw it out there. Because I didn't see Babe Ruth and them play. So.
Well, when they first started hyping him up, I was very cautious because I fell for the whole Daisuke Matsuzaka hype back in the day.
Oh, I never fell for that hype.
You remember him? Yes.
Yep. Never fell for that. I was like, he's a good Japanese player. But
yeah. Plus, he was playing for the Red Sox, so I was hoping Daisuke was going to be the dude that was the Ohtani. So when they came out with this new guy, I was like, he's just going to be another Daisuke, but he was actually much better. And of course, Daisuke did not pitch. Tony Brothers, Tony Brothers, is that one person or two people? Is his last name Brothers? Are we talking about two guys named Tony? It's got to be a dude whose last name is Brothers. Well, I haven't heard of him.
Not MLB related, but maybe Japanese player related. Did you ever see the movie Mr. Baseball back in the day?
Tom Selleck?
With Tom Selleck, bro?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you might be the only other person that ever said yes. Bro, that movie is phenomenal. Holy shit, man. I love that movie.
I mean, there's some good baseball movies. Rookie of the Year was one of my favorite, even though it's more of a kid's movie.
Yeah, bro. We want a pitcher, not a belly hitcher.
Henry Roethlisberger or something like that.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That's a good one. Daniel C says the Dodgers just acquired all of Japan as fans. There are a lot of Japanese baseball fans. Yeah, I think in Japan, baseball is pretty big already. They already have a pretty good national team. There's some good movies there. Thandy's in the house. What's up, Thandy? Thanks for hanging out with us. We were just talking about sports a little bit. Now we're going to get into some politics. But we have something special for you on politics today. What was the pitch called he couldn't hit? The shooter?
Oh, Jesus.
Sounds familiar. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh, my God. Daniel Stern, though, in that movie was great.
All right, so for politics, I'm going to be looking at some conspiracy theories. Just a couple conspiracy theories. They're not a whole lot there. The second one is actually really interesting to me. But the first one, this one went viral, at least in left-wing circles. Maybe you guys will not think it's anything. But this video came out with Donald Trump, and I think he was there with Elon Musk, but he looked really, really weird. It did not look like Donald Trump himself. And some people are saying that it was a body double. Crazy people are saying it was a clone, but to me, it definitely doesn't look like Trump. Like, it could be a body double. Let me see what you guys think about it. I'll show you the video. I don't think it has any sound or anything, but this is the video in particular. Does it look strange to you, like a whole different Donald Trump? Like, they're going to zoom in on his face, and it's almost like it's either that or he just got a facelift or something. It's too tight. His skin's too tight, especially around his mouth. So some people were saying that this was a body double. And
It's those new masks.
I know a lot of people have been saying that. And
You see those masks, bro? They're scary real looking, too. And they go on, like, super fast. I haven't seen them in action, but...
I mean, I've seen some videos of them. They look legit. And there's a lot of people on the right saying that, like, Nancy Pelosi is a person in a mask and Joe Biden's a person in a mask. But also, as you can see, some people are saying the same thing about Trump right there. Daniel C likes it. AR Trump. Yeah, they need to drop that Trump on NFT on VeVe. Mission Impossible mask. It looks like, yeah, Mission Impossible does those same things where they have the mask and it looks like you're actually the person. And we know, well, I won't say we know, but I feel like Trump has used body doubles in the past, especially with Melania. This was, I think, 2017, and when this picture came out, when this event happened, I was 100% convinced that was not Melania. It don't even look like Melania, but there he is, like, holding her hand. And then more recently was an event they had at some high school where she got her sunglasses on in the gym, and it kind of doesn't look like her there. I think the first one, though, in particular, is, like, just definitely not Melania. And so why are they using body doubles? I don't know. Seems kind of weird. It's conspiratorial.
I mean, they've been doing it for a long, long time, especially in politics and even entertainment. It's not really unheard of. So, I mean, you know, it's for safety. It's not like they're trying to deceive people.
It's for safety, not trying to deceive people. Okay. I mean, that makes sense if you're a politician who's been shot at before and stuff. So, I mean, I can understand that. Shankster said there's a clip of a robot that looks just like Trump on Twitter going around. I saw it. I think it's actually the one for the Disney ride is that video that they're talking about. They're getting it set up for, I forget what ride it's called. Maybe it's a Small World ride, but they have one with all the presidents. And, of course, they have one for Trump because he was a president.
You know, it's when it comes to the cloning thing, though, or the body double. If you're Trump and they throw, Melania, body double at you, and they're like, all right, Mr. President, you have to hold her hand. She's gonna give you a hug. She's gonna give you a kiss. Like, what if that body double just wants to get down and dirty? Like, is that cheating? Like, if you don't even know, and you're like, oh, I thought it was my wife the whole time. Like, makes you wonder.
Maybe if you're 80 years old, I guess you can use that as an excuse. I don't know. Jay Bird says Musk is saying that he's a 3,000-year-old vampire now. I thought he was an alien. I know the people at the Blue meme coin are saying that they're really Elon Musk because Elon Musk is an alien. All right, and this other one, now this one's a little more complicated, but this one's a little more real, as in, all right, just hear me out. So in 2020, the GOP did the whole illegal stop the steal efforts, as you guys probably know about, because they said that the election was stolen. So they did all of this research into not only all the elections that happened and were under contest, but a lot of research into the Dominion voting machines. And a lot of people think that during that research that the security experts found this hard-coded backdoor password called DVS Corp 08 exclamation point. And so they're saying that if you have this password, that you can go in and you can change the votes. And it doesn't seem like something major until you realize that all these people now have these shirts made up, IYKYK, if you know, you know, and then it has that password on it. And there was actually this picture that was taken at an election office with these people wearing that same shirt. So what I thought would be really interesting here, because all of them have a campaign button on, so they're in a particular campaign, is to figure out who the person is that they are promoting. Because if it is a Democrat, then these people are saying the election is stolen, there's something fishy going on here, and we're trying to show you by using this shirt and showing you about the hard-coded password. But if it's a Republican that's running, then what they're saying is we're going to win because we have this password and we're going to cheat. I mean, is that not what those two options would be? So I went and looked, and I zoomed in on who the candidate was, and I looked up the candidate.
Is that Warnock? I can't even see.
It's Noah Harbach. He was a conservative, and he's a Trump conservative. So he was endorsed by Trump, so it was all right-wing. So why are they wearing these shirts that show this password that is the password to Dominion machines? And there's been people that are very official who have confirmed that this is a hard-coded password for the Dominion voting machines. And it's so well known to these people who are just in this election in some random state, they have it on their shirts. And if you go and Google DVS Corp 08 exclamation point, all you'll see is pages and pages of people selling this shirt, so that you never get to read what this means or what's the point of DVS Corp 08, what does it mean? And it's almost like that somebody's doing that on purpose. They're suppressing the searches for Google, showing only shirts so that nobody gets to read about what is DVS Corp 08. And when you read about it, you find out that it's this password, this backdoor password to Dominion voting machines that the GOP Stop the Steal committee found when they were doing all their election fraud investigation. So Mo, do you think there's a conspiracy there that maybe these people have the password to get into the Dominion voting machines and to change the results? I mean, why else are they wearing it on their shirts?
Maybe because people buy shirts that say Hawk Tua and grab her by the pussy. I mean, people just try to capitalize. But I don't know. Have we seen videos of people doing this shit real time, hacking in, changing? I don't know. I mean, it's just, to me, it just sounds a little weird. I'd have to see it in real time, but it just seems like a meme more than anything else.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like a meme. I mean, it's so hard to go and actually find some research on it. The only thing I ever found on it, and for some reason I didn't clip it, but it is a person saying that this computer expert went in and confirmed that this is a backdoor password to the Dominion voting machines. It's just crazy to me that these random people just out in the Midwest or whatever have all these shirts that say, if you know, you know. Like, they know something. If you know, you know. Here's the password to the Dominion voting machines. I don't know. I'm not saying the election was stolen. I'm just showing you guys some conspiracy theories. I thought that
was wild. It's a psyop. It's just fucking with people, man. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me.
But nobody knows the meme, so I don't.
Yeah, they do though. They do. Like I said, that's why they Google it and they see it. Like,
That's the thing, though. When
I Googled it and it came right up. It just came right up and it says debunking Dominion backdoor passwords. All servers have backdoor passwords. I mean, again, if you're, I'd have to probably research a little bit more than a minute and a half. But yeah, I mean, not really something I'm too familiar with. But I'm reading here, which I do IT work. Yeah, all computers do have some sort of backdoor password through the BIOS or whatever. So would make sense. But
I just thought it was interesting. I thought it'd be something.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is.
Especially with the people wearing the shirts. I might get one of those shirts myself. Why not? All right, let's get into the crypto topic for tonight. We don't have anything for Web3 gaming. If you're looking for a cool Web3 game to play, the link to Photo Finish Live is down in the description. And then, of course,
PFL.
Yeah.
World Shards, the game I was playing where I build shit and crap things. They have their economy launching.
Nice.
But honestly, man, as the days go by, I don't know if that shit's ever really gonna take off, man, because the average gamer is like, fuck pay to win, fuck NFTs, and in my lifetime, I don't know if I want to really sit around wasting my time trying to grow it, if I'm being honest.
No, it's going to have to be Trojan horse, and that's what Off the Grid is doing. And I think Off the Grid, once it enables people to have some type of market, like that's the first step when people are already playing the game, and then they find out it's NFTs. You don't want them to know that their NFTs are in their game until after they're into the game and they like the game. So, and that's what Off the Grid's doing. So I think they're doing it the right way.
Well, yeah, but the problem with Off the Grid is they're doing what every other game company does. You know what I mean? Like, again, with my time with Ubisoft and EA and shit like that, like, the one thing I learned is most of these companies have no idea how to finish a game. They can create an idea. They could put a group together and code it, you know, have a bunch of testers and whatever. But when it comes to, like, listening to feedback, you have to listen to everybody and nobody at the same time. You have to try to take community criticism while also pushing your original vision to completion, right? And I feel like Off the Grid is already suffering from hacks, you know, bad performance that they can't really get under wraps. They keep adding things instead of fixing things. Now, they're not trying to monetize yet, which is nice, but, you know, they really got to get their shit in order because people are stopped playing. Now, when you go try to queue up for a game, it takes quite a while to get into a game because people aren't just flooding the game, because when they do, they realize it's really not that great of a game at its core, you know?
I mean, it's a good first step for sure, but I mean, it was fun to play. Then when Call of Duty came out, though, Call of Duty was a lot more fun. I'm sure they lost a lot of users to the Call of Duty people who got in, especially now that they put it on Game Pass for Xbox, so I get to play for free.
Yeah.
Not for free, but I get to play for my Game Pass, which is like, I don't know, $10 a month.
But these people aren't saying like, oh, I prefer Call of Duty gameplay. They're not saying that. They're saying like, oh, well, at least the game runs good.
Yeah.
At least I know I can get into a game and not, you know, crash or, you know, become choppy and run like shit. I loaded into a game the other morning and I got on. I heard it was running better. I jumped in, killed a couple guys early, went to the middle of the map, got into a gunfight, and it was like just choppy slow down when I try to turn my guy. I'm not playing games like that. I'm not wasting my fucking time having a great run, and I get to the middle of the map and it runs like dog shit, and then I die. Like, I'm not wasting my fucking time. Fix your shit, and I come back and play your game. It's easy.
I see NK and WAP in the chat talking about Pizza Pets. Do you know anything about Pizza Pets? Is that the one that Chris Coffey does?
No, but I'm automatically interested. Pizza Pet. The hell is that?
NK wants to know if you want one, and then WAP Manus is raising 2 Pizza Pets. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't really know what the Pizza Pets are. I like pizza, and I like pets. So I'll probably like me some Pizza Pets. But then again, I like pie, and I like pie, but I don't like pot pie, so... All right, let's get into the first topic in the crypto section, which is Pump.Fun. I'm sure you guys heard. Okay, it is the Chris Coffey one, so they must be ordinals. I think I know what you're talking about. They're expensive, though, aren't they? Oh, you guys won them, didn't you? He was giving them away over there on BE's live stream. Must be nice. Must be nice. No, I did not win one. I think they're pretty valuable. They have a big community over there. They're like Tamagotchi. You can raise them. Oh.
That'd be my Pizza Pet, Dane. I want a Pizza Pet.
I want a Pizza Pet, too. That sounds cool. I want a Tamagotchi. I like Tamagotchis. All right, we're going to talk about Pump.Fun. I'm sure you guys have heard the craziness going on with Pump.Fun. Let's just look at some examples. I think this is kind of what kicked it off, although there was the dude a few months ago who like had his stepmom on there, was going to go topless to get their coin pumped. But more recently is this kid who was like 12. Some people are saying he's 13 years old. He created this coin called Quant, Q-U-A-N-T, and Pump.Fun has a new feature where you can live stream on Pump.Fun. So he was on there, and then it got up to, I think it was 30K, and then he like flipped everybody off and rugged everybody at 30K. So they ended up doxing him and finding out what school he went to, and then the community takeover pumped the coin all the way up to 25 million, which means that
that's crazy.
If he would have waited, his holdings would be worth 1.2 million. But that, to me, that means nothing at all, because if he would have never rugged it and did what he did, then it would have never got pumped like that. So,
right.
To me, the kid made 30K. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. I mean, come on. And then
And now you got all sorts of crazy shit. You got people like, I'm not getting off the toilet until
I got him
50
up right
mil
now.
market cap.
Okay. Let me get through them. Okay, so here's the guy who's not getting off the toilet until his coin gets to like 20 million market cap. And as far as I know, he's been on the toilet for like 5 days now, and he's still on the toilet to this day as we speak, because ain't nobody buying his coin. So that's going on Pump.Fun. But then you got the Nazi coin, NAZI is the ticker, and this dude's over here with Hitler mustache burning and Israel flag. I mean, it's craziness. And then you got the guy who's in the dog cage. He won't get out of the dog cage until his coin hits 20 million market cap. And
that's funny.
There's this dude who said he'll shoot his dog if his coin doesn't hit an 11 million market cap, and he's got like a laser on it pointing to his cute little dog, which is messed up. And in response to that, we had a guy who said he was going to shoot his fish. He got his goldfish up there in a little bag.
Is that Foozy? What the hell?
Looks like him, don't it? I don't know. It's just some dude who was kind of making fun of the dude with the dog, I think. But he's got his little...
No, I swear that's Foozy.
It does kind of look like Foozy. And then just yesterday, they came out, Pump.Fun came out with this community notice that they sent out. I've got it linked down in the description before. And basically, if you want to read through the whole thing, they're just saying that they're no longer going to allow for people to live stream on Pump.Fun, at least temporarily, until they get more moderators so that they can keep an eye on what's going on. Now, I've done some live streams on Pump.Fun through the website, but I've also done them on my live stream, and they do better than coins that you're making without a live stream. Once you get a live stream, you go on, a bunch of people who are trying to get into it come to your live stream and start watching. They're more engaged, and you have a better chance of making it to the bonding curve, which gets you to radium. Then it pumps, then it dumps, and then after that, who knows what's going to happen. So
yeah, but you were doing normal streams. You were just
yeah,
doing the same type of stream you're doing now, or a daily stream, and then
True.
doing it on Pump, just trying to,
I'm trying to think
get
of something
visibility.
to do that's kind of crazy. I could put one of my cats up there, but they're not going to hang out for more than 30, 45 seconds, and then they're going to get bored and go away. So I don't know what I can do.
Well, apparently you can't do anything anymore because they're not going to allow people to, inflict self-harm or...
But I was live streaming coins before you could do it on the website. All I do is, I'll put the link to my live stream when I create the coin, and a lot of people will come to it and watch it while you're trying to launch.
Oh, yeah, it works. As long as you can do external links, sure.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. A lot of people are saying that Pump.Fun is going to get shut down pretty soon. I guess that's why they came with this community notice and put a pause on it, but it was getting pretty wild. Apparently, one guy committed suicide. I don't know if that's verified or not. That's why I didn't add it. But there's also this guy named Braz, who's pretty funny. This guy put out a TikTok about how he put $4,000 into meme coins, and he got super mad because he lost all of it. And he's sitting there saying, how do I only have $6? I put $4,000 into it. So after that, he created his own coin, and then he rugged it for I don't know, 30K or something. I might say it up there. So he ended up making a bunch of money off of it. And then later he put out a live stream on Pump.Fun of him being all tied up with a bunch of bruises and blood on his face. And they were saying that they caught Braz, because that's his name, B-R-A-Z, and that they were beating him up and they're creating a new coin for it. But a lot of people think that was staged. You can kind of see him smiling when they're doing it, so I think it was staged. But this dude making money, getting rich off of these Pump.Fun craziness. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is Pump.Fun a good thing, a bad thing? Is it free speech? Is it too much free speech? What do you think, Mo?
I mean, hey, listen, I think it's a great idea, but I think that some of the way that people utilize it is disgusting. Like cell phone, video cameras, right? They're great. You could do some cool stuff on the fly, but when a girl's getting raped on the train and dudes are taking out their camera to film it, like that now becomes an issue, right? So it's just a matter on how these things are being used. But I think it's a great idea. I just think that, yeah, you shouldn't be able to harm yourself. You shouldn't be able to inflict harm on others. You shouldn't be able to really broadcast anything that's, again, illegal or maybe even immoral to a certain degree. But that's on you.
That's a fine
but definitely not illegal.
Definitely not illegal stuff. But then again, how can you find them? The thing is, the fact that you can do it now is somebody's going to do it. So if Pump.Fun shuts down live streaming on their website, somebody's going to come up with Not so fun, and they're going to allow live streaming on their website. So somebody's going to do it. It's a new thing now. And it used to be, it would be like naked girls, girl in the tub coin. That stuff did really well for a while. Now you're just going to have crazy people coins. And I don't know, man. I don't think it's great, but I don't think we can stop it either. Stan's got a good question here. Shout out to Stan the man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Says, does Web3 have bad developers, or is Web3 difficult to write code? Is that the reason the games are not good? I think it's because it takes 4 or 5 years to develop a AAA style game, and crypto. I mean, Web3's only been around since 2021, in my opinion. Maybe it's been around longer. What do you think, Mo?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. That's not the timeline. Probably about 2020-ish. I have to really look into blockchain gaming, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, it takes like 3, 5, 7 years sometimes to create a AAA, game. And when you make a crypto game, normally people are collecting money up front, which now people think they have a say and they're investors in the game and they want fucking daily updates from the developer and the owners. I mean, I watch it happen with Ian like every day,
right?
And I hold Ian accountable to a certain extent, but some people just push it too far. But the bottom line is video games, it's very hard to make a good video game.
Yes.
Everybody wants to just make a cookie cutter template game off of Unreal Engine, which you can pick that out of a fucking, out of a haystack. It's very easy. I don't know. I just think, and yeah, the integration of Web3, since it's so new, technology is evolving every day. How do they implement it? Like you said it earlier, Bolt. Off the Grid is doing it correctly. They're creating the Trojan horse of a good game or a somewhat decent game, above average, and then implementing Web3 on top of that, So it is hard, though. It's definitely not going to be easy, and I think most games will fail.
Right.
Look at Dr. Disrespect's game. I mean, he had a lot to do with that failing, but that game is not doing well. Floor price on the NFTs are like $120.
Oh, really?
I sold mine at the top for like $1,400.
Wow, nice. Smart to sell it when you did. Good stuff. I don't think it's too hard to code metaverses, but as you can see, you don't have anybody who wants to be in the metaverse. You got Sandbox and you got other metaverses that already exist. They weren't hard to code, but you don't have nothing to do there. You don't have a reason to be there. If they had, I don't know, if they had some type of fun gaming in their metaverse or had some type of utility, then people would want to be there, but you have to have a reason to want to be there.
Well, yeah, because like you said, anybody can code, hey, let's me and you run around the world together, right?
Right.
Cool, great. But then what about when we bump into each other? What if we drop a ball? What about the physics on that ball, right? Like,
yes, exactly.
all of these things have to have some sort of code to kind of drive the object, right?
Yep.
And that's where most metaverses or gaming platforms are going to fall flat. Cryptoids, again, I love the team, everything they're trying to do. But at the end of the day, I called it. I'm like, you guys aren't a gaming studio. Like, you're going to have to hire people, right? And that's exactly what they wanted doing. Now they're partnering up with gaming companies because they realize that they're not a gaming company.
Smart.
Yes. So that's you have to understand what you're good at, and you have to understand what you're not good at. And then you have to delegate to other people, other companies, and that's what they're doing, which I think is smart.
And VeVe needs to take note of that too. We're going to talk about VeVe here in a second. Shout out to Bruin88. Bruin88, did you notice your new badge? The 3-year badge. Shout out to Bruin88, has been a member of my channel for over 3 years now. That's just a temporary badge. I don't know if we're going to use, it's a David U. I don't know if we're going to use David U as a badge, but that's what I put in for now. As of right now, you're a member of the David U gang. Shout out to Mario Season chat. Let's go. The world's in a downward spiral, says Stan. I mean, I thought Trump supporters thought that everything was going in the right direction now. But apparently it's in a, well, I mean, there is a lot of wars going on right now. And it doesn't look like it's getting any better anytime soon. Daniel C says people are going to do what people do. Feet pics are apparently, yeah, I don't understand the whole feet picture thing either. I wish I had.
That's what I'm saying. Like, feet make me want to vomit, and yet people will pay top dollar for fucking women like sucking on their toes or something.
That's, I hate feet. Daniel C says everyone remembers 2 Girls 1 Cup. I still, to this day, have never seen it. I refuse to see it.
I've never seen it.
People have tried to make me see it. I'm saying no. I don't care.
I've only seen reactions of people watching it, and even that makes me want to get sick.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, the same here. Poke wants to know what Bruin88 thinks about the Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's down to like 92K. It popped up to like 99,800. I don't think it ever hit 100K. I could be wrong.
Nope. Mental barriers. We talk about this.
Yeah. And it just
had nothing to do with anything else except, well, the potential World War III with the Ukraine and missiles potentially has something to do with that. But yeah, the psychological barrier of 100K just could not get over it, man. And now all my coins are fucking plummeting, which is
yes, I was hoping it would come back up a little bit. I mean, at least alts would get a little bit of a pump, and then that would trickle down to meme coins. But I think everybody, I don't want to say new, but
everybody knows the cycle.
Yeah, they know that once it hits 100K, a lot of people are going to sell off. So they're trying to beat those people that are going to sell off at 100K and sell off at 99K.
Yep. Yes, man.
Yeah.
Exactly what's happening. But I mean, again, like Bonk was at all-time highs, right? Like Bitcoin, all-time highs. So when you have these coins that are already at an all-time high, without anything else running, and then they kind of fall flat, yeah, it's going to be painful. But a lot of my tokens are bouncing back too. I mean, Matic's a big holding of mine. Solana, obviously, Crown. And I hold a lot of these other weird coins too. But I don't know, you think it's going to bounce back quickly, or we're going to have some weird downturn here?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that was a quick little mini bull run? The bull run's over, or is this some type of lag and then it's going to start pumping again? I think it'll come down to what Trump announces. Maybe it'll start pumping again right before he takes office, expecting that he's going to make some type of moves that help crypto. I think Doge is another one good to get into right before he takes office, unless it pumps again. Actually,
well, maybe when Gensler actually leaves.
Yeah, well, I thought he already did. He's leaving on January.
No, he
20th.
announced he's stepping down, but that's not till the new term, which will be the 20th, 21st, whatever.
30% retrace would not be unheard of, exactly. And before we get
No, it
into
wouldn't.
VeVe, let me tell you about another coin. This one's called Chill Guy. It also started on Pump.Fun, I'm pretty sure. But the thing with Chill Guy is that it started pumping really hard, and it got a nice little community going. And somebody offered the dev $300,000 to rug it. And the guy said no, he wouldn't do it. And now he's trying to create these $2 plushie dolls that he's going to be selling of his Chill Guy logo. If you're on crypto Twitter, you might have seen it. It's just like this little brown dog. And this might be a good project to get into because the developer is not going anywhere. He wants to turn it into a brand now, and it's really not too expensive. So maybe check out Chill Guy. There's a lot of people talking about it. I don't know, for some reason everybody's mad at the developer for not taking the 300K, which to me sounds like you're mad at him for not rugging. So I don't understand what they're mad about exactly, but Chill Guy's
well, because he's not going along with status quo.
Exactly.
Right? The
yeah.
status quo is you build a token and then you fucking rug it. And they're like, oh, well, this guy must have a really devious ulterior motive if he's not rugging the community.
Right. And that's why I think this might be a good one to get into.
People doing the right thing nowadays fucking baffles people. It's crazy.
Yeah. DLC says, I think we see 82K before we see 120K on Bitcoin. Poke wants to see Bitcoin reach. I gotta do some math now. You gotta give me commas. 10 million, I think is what that is. 10 million. I've been hearing predictions of like 1 million and 2 million dollar Bitcoin. So, I mean, I don't know who to trust and who not to trust. But let's talk about VeVe's new app. They just came out with a new app update.
Well, we say one token real quick that people are talking about December 4th. Did we say it earlier? The Hawk Tua.
Oh, yeah.
So, not financial advice, but yeah, if community sentiment is anything, that will probably pump at least a little bit. So
yeah, there was a Hawk Tua gate whenever there was a Hawk Tua coin whenever the video first went viral, but that was
right.
One that some random person made on Pump.Fun. But this new Hawk Tua coin is actually from Hawk Tua girl herself.
Yeah, it's from that Haley, whatever her name is. But yeah, so like the fact that she'll be promoting it, whatever, like exactly. I'd be shocked if it doesn't do a little something. So
shout out to Paul V has got the Alpha 4s on Chill Guy. He says it's not the dev, it's not the developer, it's the guy who offered the money, is the guy who owns the trademark of the character. He has nothing to do with the coin and is actively trying to shut it down as it infringes on the copyright. He also claims to be against anything crypto. So the guy who was offered the money is the guy who owns the trademark of the character. Oh, so the developer is trying to get the trademark. So why do you use that character? Interesting. So okay, maybe that's not a good one to get into though. If there's going to be a whole legal fight.
Well, see now, IP law on the blockchain might be a whole fucking topic of discussion on another show.
There aren't any laws right now on it for it.
No, but there will have to be. These laws are going to have to be written in, and that's why people like Gensler stepping down, Trump coming in, bringing people, pro crypto people in. You know, again, whether you like these people or not, at least maybe we'll get better clarity moving forward. You know, for NFTs and crypto. So
yeah, I've always said regulation is bullish for crypto. The character went viral
100%.
on TikTok, apparently. That's why they made the coin. Okay, so I didn't know the whole entire backstory. I just saw a lot of people talking about it. Paul V has got the Alpha 4s. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, and when it comes to VeVe, they did just release this new app. I've got a little bit of footage of it. This is what it looks like. This should not have sound. It doesn't. That's kind of what it looks like. It's got a new layout. So what had happened
Bro,
was,
it's so bad.
I saw a lot of people complaining about it, especially the load page times. So I decided not to update mine, and I went in and I turned automatic updates off. So on my phone, on my Android phone, it updated on its own because VeVe forced the update over the night last night. Let me turn this off. But on my iPad, since I turned automatic updates off, I still have the original version. And with the new version, it's got a lot of problems. Let's point out some of them here. Rajiv did a really good post on it. It says it's extremely laggy, which I can confirm. I'm doing it on my Android. Like every page you click into is a good 20-30 seconds wait. Auctions that are ending soon aren't a thing anymore on the market page. You can't sort by recently listed on the marketplace, and you can also not refresh pages. So when it comes to how I snipe, for people who watch my drop day live streams, I pull down from the top to refresh to see when new things get listed. I cannot do that anymore with the new app, and you don't even have a new listings page, so you would have to snipe off the floor. MCP points are on the profile page instead of the on profile settings page instead of the profile page. Notifications are broken and unclickable. Instead of being a native app, it looks like a lot of web views loading a web page, which is slow. Yeah, a lot of this stuff links to the website or it tries to load the page into the app, which takes a long time. Images are small, weird dimensions sometimes. Add listing button on my listing page doesn't work. Dark light mode settings work sporadically on market and collection pages. Yeah, so if you switch to dark mode, which is cool that they added a dark mode, but it only works on certain tabs. And you can't view the OMI wallet. So a lot of people are not happy about the new update. Like I said, I did not get the new update on my iPad. I'm going to try to keep it to the original app. I always liked the original app. I want to know who created the original VeVe app and why they didn't use that person to update it, because a lot of people are upset with that. When you do an update, you're not supposed to get rid of features, especially features that people like. You're supposed to be updating it and adding features. So yeah. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Mario C says, I think the next rotation of money is going into Avalanche. I agree. Off the grid public launch and guns token will bring a lot of attention to AVAX. I'm accumulating.
Oh, I put quite a bit of money in AVAX last week. Yeah.
Did you? Nice. Yeah, I like COC.
Yes, I did.
Well, I can't believe I just said that. Someone's going to clip that. I like the COQ coin. I used to have a bunch of it, and now I still got a little bit of it. Yes, I like COC.
He likes the cock.
Sorry.
You know, there's a token there's black cock on the chain too.
Nah, I'm gonna pass on that one. That's probably does. It probably does pretty good. It's probably got a high market cap. Pokey says, I care about Bitcoin, not VeVe. I hear you on that. I had no idea people were requesting an app update. A lot of people like the look of the new app. A lot of people, I don't think I heard anybody complain about the look of the new app. They just don't like the functionality. And VeVe put out a video yesterday, a quick little, like 2 or 3 minute long video with Ben Rose talking about people's complaints about the app and telling people to leave feedback and that they're going to be able to update stuff and fix stuff pretty fast. Although I don't know if I believe that. My thing is, of all the things people wanted, a new app was not the top priority in the community. And it's kind of strange to me that they didn't have like a team set aside to test this new app like they do with the VeVeverse. They've been testing the VeVeverse for like 2 years. They couldn't test this app for a week before bringing it out because most people, even the Moon Boys, are not happy about it at all. I saw one guy, if you guys know who Potential Human is, me and him have never gotten along for years now. He's a big Randy Chavez fan, and he said he ain't using the app until they revert it back to the old app. And I don't know if he's a well, but he's got a pretty big collection. 28 says, how is this new VeVe update going to affect the Punisher evolving drops? You probably have to do the update in order to go for the new evolvable drops. I think that was one of the main reasons they did the update, because this is a whole new type of drop mechanic and it's probably included into this package. So I'm not going to update. I'm going to keep it on my iPad the same. So whenever I live stream the drop on Saturday, the evolvables drop, I'm probably not going to be able to participate, which is fine with me because it's a 5-day drop and I'm not going to be able to participate all 5 days. It'll cost you 28,000 MCP to participate all 5 days, and I've got like 30,000, so I don't want to use all my MCP. Even though it's Punisher, I'm not going for it. As of right now, I don't think I'm going for it. What's up, C?
I had the points. I was thinking about actually doing it. I have all the points. I have a lot of points.
I mean, it's the first evolvable drop. It's a pretty popular character. It's first appearance.
It looks good.
But you have to be there all 5 days. So on the first day, you get the common. First day, drop time 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So then on Sunday, you'd have to come back at drop time 11 a.m. on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time, and then evolve or burn your common to get the uncommon, which is going to cost you another 7 gems, and I forget exactly how many MCP points. Altogether it's 28,000. So then on Monday you'd have to burn your uncommon to get the rare. On Tuesday you'd have to burn your rare to get your ultra rare. Then on Wednesday you would have to burn your ultra rare to get the secret rare. And of course you'd have to be fast enough to do that, because there's going to be a lot of people that are participating, and it's first come, first serve. So I think they do have wait lists. They have MCP bidding on all of these, as far as I can tell from the blog posts. So not only do we have to spend MCP to evolve, you might have to bid MCP to get selected, especially on that secret rare craft. So what if you go through the whole process, you get your ultra rare, you're there on Wednesday to craft the secret rare, but then everybody bids 1,000,000 MCP points so you don't get selected. Now you're stuck with an ultra rare that you spent all this MCP and gems on. How much is that going to be worth? Are you going to be sad? Are you going to be mad about that? I don't know, man. So do you like the...
I mean, sometimes it might just suck to suck.
What?
You know what I mean? Like,
that adds a little competition to it. And I know VeVe just dropped a video 30 minutes before we went live over here, where I think it's Dan Crothers and Corey, where they're talking about how the evolvables drop is going to work. And I haven't watched it yet, but it should give us a little bit more information. I think we know exactly how it works now. I just wish it was all in one day. That's my thing. Shout out to C Skills in the chat.
I was going to say, I mean, if the whole issue with the new web, app, or new app update rather, if it's like, oh, we just wanted to make some changes, we didn't realize how it was going to mess you guys up, that would be okay. But if they turn around, they're like, well, we just wanted to make sure that everybody had inclusion and that all marketplace, listings were treated equally and that people weren't sniping the ones, you know what I mean? Like, I just hope it isn't some weird shit like that. Like they want to take away the competitiveness of the marketplace.
I think they do. I think that's why they're getting rid of this.
That's fucking sad. And that's absolutely sad. And VeVe will die because of it.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. That's what people were saying in the VeVe Discord earlier today. Somebody's like, they had to have approved this and done it on purpose, and the purpose is to stop people from sniping on the market and from flipping on the market. But I feel like it needs flippers. I mean, there's not that many people that are just going to keep buying and holding. I mean, people have a limited supply of money. I know there's some people out there who have an unlimited supply of money, but most people have a limited supply of money. And if you just keep buying stuff and the value of that stuff keeps going down, and you can't flip, you can't snipe, then what's the point? I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. It's crazy to me.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But, and again, if they always say, right, collectors at heart, and they seem to get away from the whole marketplace as time goes on, about making money. It's like, oh, about collecting it and things you love and blah, blah, blah. So,
yeah, they want everybody to be collectors, but I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people to just collect for no reason. Daniel C says the diorama is interactive too. What diorama? I don't know about the diorama. Is that a different drop, or is that with Punisher? C-Spill makes a good point. Normal drop, especially for a Marvel character, FA, is almost always $50. So if you're paying 20 to get the common, and then 7 to evolve, and then 7 to evolve, so now you're at 34. So you're still less than that 50. I think the next evolution to ultra rare is 7, but that last evolution to secret rare is not 7. I don't know if it was 20 or 15. I forget exactly what it was. So it's about the same price. However, if you go through all that and you're not fast enough to get the ultra rare, and you're stuck with the rare, what about that? And then you just, I mean, I guess that's all right, but you're definitely losing money. And you might only get... I don't even know if you think the ultra rare will be an issue. I think the secret rare will definitely be an issue. But you think the supply on the ultra rare from the rare is going to be hard to get? Have you seen the editions? Do you know what the editions are? Because I don't.
I looked quickly. I remember just thinking how nice the collectible actually looked.
Pulling it up right here. I don't know. I just feel like these days, if it ain't secret rare, that it ends up... Oh, there is a diorama. That one is dropping on Sunday, December 1st. So I think it's this Sunday. So I guess there's going to be 2 drops on Sunday. 1 drop and 1 crafting event. All right, I'm pulling up the Punisher right now. The commons, there's 6,860 commons. 6,860. That's going to be worth less than 5 gems.
And 4,500. Yeah, but you got to remember, every time they burn it, right?
Yeah, there's not going to be enough burns.
Quantity's going to come down.
Uncommons are 4,500. I mean, you got to be less than 1,000 editions at this point to be above retail, in my opinion. You got the rares at 2,500, and you're going to burn... Let's see how many you're going to burn. You're going to burn 1,000 of them. So that goes to 1,500. Maybe that's around retail or higher. Depends on... I guess retail would only be 34 for that. So maybe that's a tough one. Then the ultra rares, there's 1,000 of them, but... You got to think that all the ones that craft secret rare are going to also burn the ultra rares, and that's 300 secret rares, so there'll only be 700 ultra rares. So that one could be possibly over retail. I don't know how much over. Maybe it's like 50 to 60. Depends on. I don't know how popular Punisher is. I'm not a huge comics person. I mean, I know who
I mean,
Punisher
I
is.
fucking love the Punisher, and I hate comics.
Punisher's
so.
cool. Yeah, he's one of the cool ones for sure.
Punisher's dope, bro. It's like one of the most iconic. You see that skull, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking iconic.
Yeah. And keep in mind with the common, they also have 140 common special editions. I still don't understand what it is that the special editions are compared.
It's had different shoes, apparently, I think.
Different shoes, literally just different shoes. There's only 140 of those, and you could possibly get one of the special editions ones. Kind of,
That's brilliant. That's a brilliant fucking move right there.
I like
the Chaser,
that.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, also 1,000. It's 1,000. I have about 5 minutes, by the way.
Okay.
I gotta roll. But the 1,000 on the ultra rare, yeah, maybe that is a bottleneck. That's pretty low, I guess.
Yeah, especially since they're burning 300 of them. And they're going to be keeping some of them, too. Big A says he's been here listening while playing Off the Grid, and he's definitely better than Mo now. You're definitely better than me. I was getting good at Off the Grid, but then my kid took his PlayStation back, so I'm back to playing Call of Duty. Have you been practicing, Mo?
I haven't played it all, but when I got on the other night, before I quit at the end, I still can't be sniped. I'm the best sniper to ever touch that fucking game. That'll never change.
Let's go.
But yeah, I mean, maybe he'll stick me with like a fucking explosive phosphorus or something, because he probably plays like a little cheesy bitch. But me,
one-on-one match, that would be dope. Live.
I'm gonna snipe him in the face, man, and I'm gonna swing in. I'm gonna get your ass every time.
C-Spo says if you end up with the ultra rare, you still have only spent $50. You would have spent 20 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, so $41 actually. So that's true. You got a point there. Big A says special edition will be the Chaser. Most of the rest will be under retail, and secret rare probably not going to be that much over retail in my opinion. There's only 300 secret rares. I'll say it's at around 100. Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know. That's pretty scarce. Is it a risk, Pokey? I don't think it's a risk. I mean, as long as you get the ultra rare, I think you're fine. If you evolve all the way up to rare, but you're too slow to get the ultra rare, you don't have enough MCP or whatever, that rare is probably going to be under retail because there's 2,500 of them. Even though 1,000 are getting burned, he doesn't have the mask on in the rare. The mask ones are the ones that are going to be worth the most. Ultra rare, he's got the mask on. Secret rare, he's got the mask on. The mask looks dope. Special edition color is different. Apparently, it's just the shoes. Let me check. Shoes and something else.
No, it's the shoes and like looks like the
straps around his leg.
Yeah, straps and the belt.
I mean, I don't know. I think they should have made him like metallic red. That would have been dope for the special edition. We need to get a.
They
Call
tried
of Duty
that already.
Squad. Ooh, yes, I'm all about getting into some Call of Duty. I'll pretty much just play on Nuketown. It's fun. I run double Ripper build. I get in people's faces, not hide with a sniper. Oh, he's calling you a camper, I think is what he's trying to say. Double Ripper.
Oh no, I don't camp by any means. I sniped the shit out of you, and I gotta fucking dive in, and finish you and your fucking pussy teammates.
Well, Amanda says, are Pokemon cards going to be NFTs, maybe upgradables like the VeVe Comics website? I mean, I think it's possible. I'm still opening packs over there on the new Pokemon app. You can open up packs, you can battle, but I don't know how to play the game. I'm just opening them and with the idea that since this is a digital platform, eventually at some point, if this is a popular game, which I think it's going to be, that when NFTs become mainstream, they could easily make these to where you can mint them on the blockchain, kind of like the same way Quid did with a lot of their collectibles. I think it's possible. I mean, it's not probable. There's a small chance, but it's worth opening the packs for free just in case, right? I mean, I haven't put any money into it. I know somebody like Johnny Dunn. I think Johnny Dunn has all of the Pokemon from the app except for maybe one. I don't know how much money he's been putting in, but he's been opening them left and right. He's been streaming it on his YouTube channel. He's been battling. I guess he knows how to play the game. So if that does happen, he's going to make a lot of money off of it, just like he did with VeVe. So if he's into it, that might be a good sign. We play Call of Duty every Sunday. Been doing a lot of zombies. That's what my kid and his friends play, zombies. I used to do the zombies thing. I'm just into Nuketown. It's non-stop action. That's what I like to see. Everybody just fighting each other non-stop. Alright, y'all. That's basically all we had for today. Mo's got a family get-together he's got to get to. I got to start cooking some dinner as usual. And it's going to be Thanksgiving coming up, so I don't know. I might possibly go live on Thursday or Friday, depending on what we have planned. I don't know if there's a drop on Friday, but I'm definitely going to be live for the Evolvable drop on Saturday. Then I'll be live again on Sunday. We've got a Punisher diorama dropping that is apparently interactive. I just found out about it, so I don't know a lot about it, but I know enough to go live for the drop. So if you guys want to hang out with me on drop day, I'll be live for that. If not, we'll be back next Tuesday. We might get back into UFOs again next Tuesday because I'm going to go check out this Netflix series this week that Mo's been telling me about. Mo?
Yeah, I'll shoot you the link if you if you need it again. But yeah, Investigation Alien for anybody. It's on Netflix. And yeah, it's fantastic. There's actually some really cool stuff on there I've yet to see. So yeah, man, happy Thanksgiving to you, Vol, and the fam, chat. Stay safe. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just, get hammered anyway. Have a good day. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yep. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you, Mo. See you guys later.
Yes, sir.